case you're not familiar, this is Josh Ostrovsky, otherwise known as the Fat Jewish. So let's just start with, are you even Jewish? Because you're not fat. So the fact that you go by the Fat Jewish
What do you mean I'm not fat?
But you're not fat.
What are you talking
But this is fat to you? What are you, an anorexic 12-year-old?
No, you know what, actually, people have told me, people have been coming at me recently about my lack of fatness.
You're not fat.
Like a 9-year-old girl ran up to me on the street and was like, honestly, you're not even that fat, and then walked away. And I was like, you know what, I should probably go drink some gravy or something right now.
If you had a resume,
right,
it would say...
just like visionary. Great American.
Great American.
Hero.
Okay, why?
I'm doing a lot of different things. Like you can do this. A lot of internet, a lot of URL online, but a lot of IRL in real life.
Okay, so what are your in real life skills?
Skills? Well, I have things happening in real life. Like, I have a rosé out called White Girl Rosé.
Can black people not drink your rosé?
They definitely can. We all just have a little bit of white girl in our hearts, you know what I mean?
No.
Fat Jewish men, black guys, everyone's a little bit of white girl.
Which part? What is it?
I don't know. You ever like gone out to brunch and like screamed at the top of your lungs?
No.
About like what you did last night? Yes,
No.
you have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. Everybody once in a while gets like really excited and is like, ah, and like that's a little bit of Jessica in all of us. You know what I mean? I'm also a plus size male model. I'm the first plus size male model. I did Fashion Week. Yeah.
For whom?
Myself. I had a show. I'm also designing, curating. I had a show of all dad fashion. Yeah.
Are you a dad?
No, but I celebrate dad fashion. Yeah, sensible Rockports. We had all different kinds of dads just modeling dad fashion. And I also make emojis because I love the internet. So I work with a company called High Art, so we do awesome emojis. Why would I not? People say do one thing, do it well. I'll do all the things and do them okay.
Is there any of it that's organically you, authentically you? Sorry for
Yeah.
using like Oprah words, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm
like,
sorry,
it's not
but
like
you
you're
know
on
what I
ecstasy
mean.
at Coachella.
I am.
It's so like just like authentically,
Shut up.
organically
Just,
me.
Can you answer?
It's like, no, it's all one and the same. I don't like get home at night and like unscrew the hair erection and like start reading a Kindle. Be like, oh, work was crazy. Like I can finally be me. No, it's all like one and the same. I mean, like I'm
the
not.
things you put out, because comedians, make stuff up a lot because that's funnier than real life, because real life isn't
No,
always
totally.
that funny.
Also, I'm not a comedian, especially in that one. I don't like do stand-up comedy, and two, I'm not like super depressed and weird because they're all so weird. Yeah, they're all just on stage being like, wah, and then get home and are like, ugh.
Was it painful for you when some comedians came out and caused a bit of a scandal and said you stole their stuff?
Yeah.
That must have sucked.
Yeah, and the whole thing definitely sucked. I don't think people were on the same page, and I think of myself less as being in the middle of it and more as like bridging the two sides together. It's more just like this was a moment in internet history. Like,
Yeah.
With like music sharing.
Is that what you would say to, I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off.
I just think that there were like moments where like things needed to be learned, and this was one of those for like whatever this is.
There's got to be a part of you that doesn't have to sit in food, that doesn't have to wear hair like that, that doesn't have to. So which part is that?
I do nice stuff sometimes. Sometimes I just do like regular nice stuff.
What's a nice stuff?
I don't know, drive to the Hudson Valley, go antiquing, buy like a mid-century Danish end table and refinish it.
You're making fun of people
No,
who
I'm
do
not.
that, and you
No,
are
I'm
talking
not.
to one.
I'm saying, you refinish mid-century? I guess you do live in
the
Cobble
Hudson
Hill.
Valley.
You do live in Cobble Hill.
So what do you want? Where's it all going?
Here's my thing. I think the internet, it's always gonna be there, like eventually like your computer will be in your eyeball. It's not like the internet's going anywhere. I think people are getting a little burned on social media. It's like too many babies, like too many quiche slices, too many like LA sunsets.
It was never not that. It's always been that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. People are starting to be like, ugh, it's a lot of noise. It's enough.
Yeah.
So I'm going real life. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Talking like restaurants, line of Baby Bjorns. Yeah, I'm really just trying to like get stuff. That's why I got the rosé in the book, because these are like things you can touch, like real stuff.
What's the book about? Like, what am I reading about?
Oh, okay, the book. Well, so I wrote the book with my my writing partner, who writes. He's one of the people.
All the books.
He writes White Girl Problems. Like I was just gonna write a collection of like crazy stories, like I puked on my grandfather, like real stuff. Because that's just the thing. I've always, before the internet, I was still doing dumb stuff. Like I was doing it when there was nowhere to share it.
You're kind of a born performance artist.
I'm a born moron. Yeah, I think you could say that. I have enough wild stories that are like family stuff, so you really get to know me. Like that my mom had sex with Shel Silverstein. The children's author.
No, I know that. I was just
The
talking about.
Sephardic children's author.
Is he your dad?
I wish. I'd be so much swarthier.
But you look like him a
I'd be
little
so.
bit.
No. How do I get fatter? Just tell me.
You eat a ton of food.
Right. You eat like you're about to run like the New York City Marathon,
Right.
but then you sit on your couch and watch.
And watch the marathon.
put a baguette into like a Vitamix and just blend it and drink it.
Or just eat the baguette.
No, but a bread smoothie is chill. That's how you get fat, girl.
Throwing up my mouth. And
That's
by the way, that could be a name for your next drink product instead of rosé for white people or whatever it is.
It's bread smoothies.
Bread smoothies.
I hope these aren't like drug plans where we make plans and then we don't mean it. You know how people do that when they're like on drugs, you know? I just don't want it to be like that.
Because I don't.
Fine, well let me explain it to you. When you're on drugs, everybody's making like huge plans for the next day.
Your best friends, man.
Right, but then no one's ever gonna go. But then I'll show up because I'm like trying to have a good time, you know? I'm like, are we going to the aquarium? Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna get brunch and go to the aquarium and chill. And then I show up and no one's there.
Well, how was the aquarium?
I mean, it's weird alone.
It is weird alone.
It's weird alone, especially because there's a lot of kids, and then I'm like alone, and I'm like, hi, and then like that's
Your parents are running.
Well, then you have this thing, right?
You don't have to have it.
That's true. And by the way, I don't look like less non-child friendly without it.
Wow, that's something, huh? When people say, you know, you're really not fat because he's really not, how do you answer them? Honestly.
Yeah, I'll get fatter. If that's what the people want, I will literally get fat. I'll eat a wheel of brie right now.
For now, you're just the middling Jewish.
No, I'm not. No. What? Look at this like weird thing right here. Look, you see how it doesn't separate from the, look.